Hey y'all, my name is Bethany with Lean and Pine Farmstead, if you don't know. And today, at almost the end of June, early July 2022, I'm doing a little farm tour of what we have going on. I have some goodies for the pigs and some homemade bread scraps for the chickens and some stuff for the compost that I'm going to bring. This is my pineapple top from the store. It's about a year and a half old, so I'm hoping one day a little pineapple will pop out from the top and we'll be able to watch that grow. But the Queen Anne's lace is finishing up, as well as the bee balm. Have a little baby artichoke that I hope will do well. So cute. And it is so hot here, and it is frying a lot of my early spring annuals. Some echinacea is doing well. So I am excited to see next to my blueberry here in echinacea. I think this is a purple coneflower, but I can't wait to see its fruit when it blooms. Especially just to know what it is for sure. So how have you guys been doing? We just got back from our Jeep event at Loretta Lynn's, and we crossed over to the east side of Tennessee, the Smokies, and had a good time there. And we're just getting back and seeing how wild the garden has been without us here. Donut and Dixie are ready for that treat. Our grapes around the pig pen are doing amazing. I know that you're supposed to trim a few clusters off to get them bigger and better, but this is a third year for it, and we've pruned it. So just curious to see what it does. But first, before I work in the garden and show you guys, I'm going to grab me some lemon balm for a fresh drink, some spearmint, and some apple mint. As well as a bee balm flower. So I've inspected it for creepy crawlies, and it's free of that. Just crush it up a little bit and put it in your water. There's nothing like making your own tea or water with herbs that you grow. You don't have to do anything fancy to grow herbs. You can have a pot, you can put it in a garden bed, you can put it anywhere. And a lot of culinary herbs are considered weeds because they're so invasive, which makes them so awesome for ground cover in your crop vegetables and fruits to help keep your grasses and other unwanted weeds out of the garden. And they're very useful too. And their flowers bring in those pollinators. Excuse the grass, but the peppers are doing amazing. I've already strung up some to dry for chili pepper. Wow, there's a cucumber beetle that I need to get rid of. Don't look if you're squeamish. And some pink brandywine tomatoes are doing amazing. They have some damage there, but it should be okay. So I planted some green beans. I don't expect much but a fresh snack, but it helps add nitrogen to the soil, like the coffee grounds that I added here. So the okra and the corn are doing amazing. So this is jambalaya variety. They can get a little large. It's still very soft, but today it needs to be picked because it will grow relatively fast by tomorrow morning. So it's time to harvest some of this corn. You're gonna know it's ready when the silks are dry. I know that I have some worm damage, so sorry, I got bit by an ant on my foot. So you're just gonna tear it away. this and I'll show you guys what's going on inside. I love surprises. I have no idea what these melons are. I'm pretty sure that may be a honeydew. The yellowing on the outer edges of the leaves sometimes mean magnesium deficiency, so I put some Epsom salts, and it could also be from some nitrogen. This is a banana melon growing next to an acorn squash. Look how gorgeous this japonica corn is. It's a flint type corn that you can use ornamental, and it's like a ruby red, almost black kernel. But I plan to dry it and grind it for some corn. Now we don't have very much, so I'm going to save an ear to break for seed for next year. But I will probably go ahead and just buy some japonica corn seeds, since I have a bodacious sweet corn growing right here, so it's most likely going to cross, I'm sure. But look how beautiful. The cucumbers are doing great. It's a slicer variety. The super fantastic tomatoes are still producing in this incredible heat. As well as, forgive me, but I think this is the super sweet 100s. Our itty bitty watermelons are still growing. How gorgeous these volunteer zinnias are. It's as big as my hand. So here we are with our corn tips of the day. You can see how the silk practically is dry and it just comes right off now. I can tell here that I have some worm damage on the inside. That's okay. Usually I wasn't here to take care of it, but you can apply some vegetable olive oil to the silk when it's still green, or using BT when you know that your pollinators aren't really active is another way to help. So usually you'll find the top kind of mushy. There was a big green worm in there, so I had flung it out earlier, but this side is a pollination issue. So, but look, there's still plenty of usable corn in there. I also want to show you the okra sizes. So the one here is going to be very stiff and woody, and it's barely edible. You're going to have to cook it down and smother it for hours, and it's just good as pig feed unless you just let it keep going on the plant to use for seeds when the pod's dry. The middle one is still usable. It's still soft. It is a lot more firm like the one on the left, but when it's unusable, it's going to feel really hard and really woody and hollow. So look how beautiful. Yeah, there's a little worm damage on top, but you know what? I got majority of the corn for myself. And in the Gulf South, it's really hard to grow crops like these, but without massive amounts of pesticides. But it can be done, and you know what? I wouldn't want to eat anything the bugs didn't want to eat either, right? So guys, keep learning, keep growing, and keep loving. Be blessed.